Welcome to the Evening Review. Thank you once again for joining our session. My name is Jemima Beekers, your host this evening. Let's have a look at today's front pages. Welcome to the Evening Review. We have in studio the spokesperson of the Student Union of Namibia, Penda Nakawa. He'll talk to us about the challenges in schools after schools are seeing an increase of COVID cases. Thank you for joining us, Penda.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Penda, SUN has paid a number of visits to schools. What have you observed?
Yes, we have observed that and what we have observed now is that learners and teachers are actually having a low morale or confidence, so to say, because of what have happened. Many people have died, and and all that. But hence we have engaged the Ministry of of Education, and then the schools to train the life skills teachers on mental health, so that these learners and teachers who are affected can be trained.
Now, Penda, before we go back to that issue of mental health, like I've said earlier, we are seeing many COVID cases emerging as school has resumed in the last few weeks. What is the situation on the ground, and how are you as a union body helping the ministry to deal with this?
Yes, what we have proposed now is that since the cases are rising at the moment, and we have actually proposed that the schools go on a rotation basis, like on day one, a certain group goes to school, at least 50 and less than 50, and then on day two, another group goes to school. This is to maintain the social distancing between the learners.
Now, going back to the mental health issues, yes, as we have seen, many learners are returning to schools as orphans or having lost their teachers themselves. What exactly is the situation like? Can you share with us how that looks like?
Can you please repeat the question?
So, as we have seen following the third wave that has really devastated the country, we see many students or learners returning to the schools as orphans or having lost teachers themselves. Can you please share with us how this looks like at schools? How are the children coping, and how is the ministry's intervention working?
Okay. At the moment, I think learners are affected negatively, so to say, and they are traumatized by the fact that some of their teachers have succumbed to COVID-19, and then they also stay at school in fear that they might contract the virus, and then they might die as well.
Now, Penda, going back to the issues that you have raised about having to split some of the lessons, we also know that distance learning has been an issue, especially the fact that many rural-based learners cannot access virtual lessons because they don't have the resources. How does this look like right now? Has it been overcome? And how are you as a student body helping the students and the ministry to deal with this?
Yes, I think with the distance learning, it's almost impossible with the learners, because some can't use these gadgets. And then, as you alluded there, that majority of the learners are located in rural areas where network is also a problem. Hence, we are in support that a learner should be at school, but I think they should just follow we have urged the schools to follow the protocols which are set by the ministry. And as the Student Union of Namibia, we have started, we've embarked with donations to learners to needy learners, so to say.
Now, in conclusion, can you please share with us, there's also been the issue of a lack of sanitation, a lack of hand sanitizers, a lack of masks at schools. When you visited the schools, what did you observe?
Yes, the observation really here was just that we observed a lack of sanitizing at more schools, and let's say social distancing as well. But nonetheless, we have seen an improvement by the school to provide masks to learners. And then as a student organization, we have also provided extra masks and sanitizers to schools.
Thank you very much for joining us, Penda. Have a good night.
Yes. So our message to the learners and teachers is for them to get vaccinated and stay safe.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us, Penda. Have a good night.